Hi, Lines staff and teachers. I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. I wanted to take you through my s'more and one aspect of it, this gray button here, Learning at Lines Coach Bitmoji Classroom, not to add one more thing to complicate, but instead on the opposite to try to bring our resources together. When I think of the great things that you are all doing in your classrooms or as a resource staff member, the different links you're passing out, the way you're communicating with the families and students you work with, I wanted to offer something similar, but keep it grounded in things we are already using so it isn't one more thing. So if you click on this gray button, it'll take you to a Bitmoji Classroom that contains just 5 links. And what I wanted to provide were quick links, and things of which you may already have bookmarks for. And if that's the case, then you can feel free to ignore this. But on the district side of things on the left, I wanted to bring your attention to 2 things. So our Starting the Year Off Strong website and the Barrington Curriculum website. So the Barrington Curriculum website is actually the main hub. And from there is this number 1, Starting the Year Off Strong. But I just gave it a quick direct link here because there's some nice lessons on here for in the green button, Building Successful Learners. And so you may or may not have attended, excuse my dog in the background, you may or may not have attended those sessions on in-service day. I'd be happy to take you through them. Some of it is self-explanatory, but on the other hand, it might be nice just to hear a little background. And they're for kinder all the way up through 5th grade. So if you needed, even just for classroom meetings, some different things that as you introduce new content, this is always a great way to launch things. And now number 2, the curriculum website is also wonderfully helpful, not only for our teachers, because all of their current literacy and math maps are on there, the links to the all of the curriculum plans, the unit plans, but also the links for the distance learning plans are in there as well. This is helpful, like I said, not only for our classroom teachers, but for our resource teachers as well. So if you were to scroll down and think to yourself as a resource, which grade level do I support or which grade levels, you can simply click on whichever folder relates to your caseload. And as on the other hand, if you're a teacher, you would just click on the folder that is your grade level. So as we go ahead and click on 2nd grade, for example, they have different content areas stacked on top of each other. So as the literacy, or just as 2nd grade, this page opens up, I wanted to show you how in the upper right-hand corner, this gray button appears with a white arrow. This allows you to open up this actual document. So it's a quick reference for the literacy map for 2nd grade, since we're in the 2nd grade folder. Notice this highlighted line right here, Unit 1 Distance Learning Plan. So when you're opening this whole document, you can even click on that highlighted sentence to be taken more specifically to what the steering team put together over the summer for their recommendations with distance learning in mind. This phonics website, again, it's linked in on every grade level, but it's a resource we keep adding to after we have purchased Benchmark Phonics and are learning about, we first took a lot of time before COVID to go through the different phonetic sounds and those resources to support that. And now we're on the assessment side and the distance learning aspect of things. So you can click on this website to be taken to those resources. And then math just comes next. And if you could take a look here, on this map, I don't know if it's going to highlight, it will. So every map in the upper left-hand corner in the August-September box has a hyperlink to the Math Distance Learning Resources document. It is one document for grades K-5 for our whole district. Now inside here, you have probably been taken through it as a classroom teacher, but if this is new to you as a resource teacher, it'd be something to explore. And it's even linked in down here as well. Basically, it just has some tools, quick links to tools that can help support us in these, distance learning times. Even considering Flash is expiring on our MacBooks at the end of December, there are some downloaded PDFs here from Math in Focus. So, and there's some video tutorials, right? So this is a great resource. And that's also where those math manipulative lists are found as well that I've been sending out throughout the first month of school here. Then social studies comes next. And as you can see in the headings, the regular first created in-person learning unit is on top. And then if you notice down here, right below it, and again, this is the same in every grade level, the Unit 1 Distance Learning Adaptation Plan is there. So with steering team members over the summer, they just took that first doc and then adapted it. So you just need to go into this one for this year. Science comes next. Well, units 2 and 3, of course, but then science comes next, and similarly, all of these lesson unit plans look the same with a red header at the top, but in the fall unit, again, you see this highlighted distance learning recommendations link. So that'll take you to that document as well. And then our SEL, and that concludes that. So when we think back to the Bitmoji Classroom, that was all within the number 2 or the second hyperlink on the district side. Some things to explore at your leisure, but again, maybe you already have it bookmarked, just something to consider. On the right-hand side, we have our building links. The first for which is our calendar, and this is something that I had sent out a while ago, but there wasn't much explanation with it, so I wanted to just put some words to it to say any, meeting, assessments, not field trips, of course, this year, but trying to just keep anything cohesive with what's going on at Lines can be documented on this calendar. If you're new to the calendar and haven't saved it yet, when you click on this link, it'll give you the opportunity to save it for yourself and even color code it. On mine, since I already have it, it just pops up automatically. So I'm crazy and have like too many calendars. However, it's over here for me colored this dusty rose, but for you, it might be your own color. And just keep in mind, you can change that over here. Pardon me. The nice thing is too, if you get too many calendars, you can also uncheck them to not see them as well. The one thing on our calendar right now, as you can see, is our FastBridge assessment is coming up. So that's one thing to keep in mind and up just as you refer to different things happening around our building. The next thing is our building folder. So the Lines building folder is something we created last year in hopes to keep any and all building related documents in one place for easy retrieval. So last year we had kind of developed a few things, folders, be it our MTSS folders, some math writing records, whatever maybe our different staff meetings were around. But this year we're going to take a look, like some of this still may be relevant to you, which is why I want to just keep it in the building folder just in general, but double click on the 2021 school year to be taken to documents and folders for this year specifically. So one thing that is in here is something we're going to start to grow is our grade level collaboration. So as soon as things start calming down, and I hope they do, as teams meet and really start thinking about those resources, newsletters, or agendas, whatever it might be that they could share that resource staff members and such can take advantage of knowing versus always having to ask and email. Fifth grade, I know, has started a little, so I clicked on their folder, and they've just been dumping in their weekly newsletter in there, which helps anyone who supports fifth grade to get a little quick understanding of what's going on in that grade level. Any of the login information Becky Brickta emailed out throughout the year is housed in here. We have our safety documents. So this is our fire drill, tornado drill, and even the COVID screening can be found in there. Our schedules. So not only our building schedule, but different grade levels have been sharing their schedule in here. So it'd be nice if we could actually get every grade level that way. Support staff, again, could kind of see where and what different classrooms are doing. I know there's a lot to be putting in different places, so we can build that slowly. Any resources from either be it presentations or hyperdocs from our staff meetings we plan to put here. So far this is the only one, and it's from our first staff meeting of the year. Here's our staff roster and phone list. A lot of this is self-explanatory. I hope I'm not wasting your time. We will be adding to our Teachers College folder as they visit, but end of October. This was the cute pics that a few people had captured from the chalking. Now, a few Zoom support presentations had been shared out throughout the year so far, just quickly. So don't be overwhelmed by this, but it's something to come back to, right? I had talked about some welcome screens, how to take mirroring off. Down in the bottom right in the peach is what Laura Meehan had used. She had shared some district Zoom meetings. Becky Brickta had shared a how to secure your Zoom meetings checklist from district. So just different resources that are good just to go back to. And below that, things that aren't necessarily within a folder, things, however, though, that would be nice for you to have access to are my website. And there's another link for that as well, but it's just nice to see it all in one place. In my S'more This issue, you'll see that there is a doc I'm going to try to add to each week about which apps need updating this week, trying to be a little preventative and develop a routine with our students so that we prevent some possible glitches later on during instruction. The classroom libraries document, many, if not all, grade levels met with me this last week, and we talked through that. This distance learning doc is, again, one that some different coaches have put together, and I thought it would be great for us to just have access to. So if you wanted a quick screencast on different apps and such that you're exploring, go ahead and give this a look. This is the Bitmoji Classroom that I'm going over right now. Our back to school night we already went through, and just some others. This one, what is this one? Is this about Class Kick? Stewing plans. Oh, this was the IC Kristen Separate had shared out. So it's just kind of giving us that reminder on how in IC to access student plans. So anything like that that comes across, feel free for yourself to add this to your drive. And so how do you do that? Just real quick, you toggle to that downward arrow and hit add shortcut to your drive. If you wanted to even make it pop, you can go to change color. I have mine in red. But then when you're even in the 2021 school year, I could maybe color code it green just for it to pop. And then you can toggle within there as well. Pardon me. So as I toggle back outside to our Bitmoji Classroom, the last link is my website. And it contains not only those resources that might be found in our learning, the Lines Building folder, but just any and all resources I'm trying to keep an eye out for that might support us and be a quick reference for you. This is something as we start the school year, what are some ways as a coach in this e-learning situation, what are some ways I can support you, right? So this document is right here for that. And again, some other resource sort of quick links for those websites. And just as you take a look at the headers, I try to keep this updated. So this was revamped over the summer. And keep that nice and clean and fresh for you so it's actually a relevant resource. So where we got this was from our S'more in this gray bar. And again, those are the 5 things that would just be best for you to have bookmarked, and or you can use my Bitmoji Classroom to get there. If you have any other questions, please reach out, and I hope you have a great week.